Assalamu alaikum. This is Professor Muhammad Hassan Khan, and this is chapter number 2 of the course Information and Business Management. And chapter number 2 of the week 2 is Organizational Environment and Culture. In this chapter, we have to discuss about the organizational environment and culture. So this is the first slide of the chapter number 2, and it tells about and first slide tells about who is the manager in the environment. So managers work within both internal and external environment. Who's the manager? Manager is a person, or you can say that a part of the organization, member or member of the organization that work within both. He work for the both, which is for the internal and external environment. How? We will discuss about internal and external environment in the next slide, or in the next page. And these environments affects their decisions and actions. This is a very important point. Like these environments affect the decisions and actions. Mean to say, what decision or action taken by the manager affects the environment. Okay, decisions are very much important for any manager or for any team or for any organization, even though for any country. Decisions may affect, maybe it in effect in a good or positive way, or it can also affect in a negative way. Okay, so let's summarize this. Manager work within both internal and external environment. These environments affect their decisions and actions. Let's see, what is an organizational environment? All people, things, and forces that affect the business. Organizational environment. What? People, things, and forces that affect the business. Over here, we have two types of environment. We have already seen in the previous slide, which is the internal. First is internal environment. Second is the external environment. Let's see what is the internal environment. Internal means we have already know that internal means inside the company, and inside the company we found the employees, we see the managers, we see the culture, and we see the structure of the company or of the organization. Mean to say, we have employees in the company, we have the managers, we have the culture, we have the structure. Okay, next, this is the first is internal environment. Second is the external environment. External means the outside the company. What it says, it also contains the two part. The first thing is task environment, second is journal environment. And task environment is, we have a customer, suppliers, competitors, distributors. Okay, in task environment we have these four, you can say that the people: customer, supplier, competitors, distributors. Secondly, we have the journal environment. What it have? Journal, we're talking about technology, we're talking about the economy, talking about the laws, social trends, politics. So these are the general environment. These are the task environment. They mean to say that we have customer, we have suppliers, competitor, distributor. Next, we're going to talk about why understand the environment. What is the need to understand the environment? Because environment make better decision. Main thing that if we want to understand, so what is the, you can say that the positive thing, make the decision, better decision, a positive decision. If we want to understand the environment, adapt to change. Due to environment we can adapt to change. We can, for example, if we need any kind of change, so we can adapt, we can just accept, and we can accept or adapt to change. We can start making changes to the organization, or the, you can say that any change we want to make. Okay, find new opportunities. If we want to understand the environment, so we will find new opportunities. Last but not the least is the compete successfully. We mean to say, we can compete the competitor, we can compete the challenges. Okay, so this is why we want to understand the environment. Okay, next is, what is organizational culture? We were previously discussing about the organizational environment. Now we are have to discuss about the organizational culture, because this chapter contain organizational culture environment. Let's see first slide, then move toward the first slide. What we have, what the first slide says. First slide mean to say we have, or you could chapter organization environment, and second is culture. We have to discuss two part. We have already discussed environment. Now we are at culture. Okay. Now we are moving toward the organizational culture. Understand? Now we are at the what is organizational culture. Mean to say shared values. In culture, we shared values, beliefs, and behavior of the people in the company. It's like the personality of the organization. We're talking about culture. So in culture, we share the values, beliefs, behavior of the people. Okay, this is a very important line. It's like a personality, or you can say that it's all about the uh, organizational. You can say that overview. Culture is mainly depend on it reflect the company's. You can say that how well people are. How you can say that. What type of people are surviving, or what type of people are present in the company. Okay, so the culture is very much important for any organization. So let's see elements of the culture. In culture elements, values, we're talking about values, we talk about the norms, symbols, stories, rituals. Okay, these are the elements of the culture. Next is types of organizational culture. We have different type of organizational culture: power culture, role culture, task culture, person culture. Power means, you can also understand with the word power culture, means controlled by a few. There are few people who have the power. Role culture means simple, based on the rules and roles. Task culture means based on the teamwork. Teamwork, there, the tasks are distributed to the members. So teamwork is over there. Person culture means individual matter most. Person means individual culture. Okay, matter the most. Next is how managers influence culture. This is very important, because managers are that people who influence the culture of their organization. How? Lead by example. Second is communicate values, reward good behaviors, train employees. So if manager do these things, lead by example. If they are a manager give example and they tell you that this is how you have to do, he's leading and giving examples, so they are influencing. Manager is influencing. Communicate value means manager communicate with the employees. Reward good behavior mean if any we can say that the employee give a better work or a good work, so reward should be given to that person. Last, how a manager influence people, train the employees, because if manager train the employees, so what you can say that they behave good, communication become good, and lead by lead by examples. Okay, so this is how the manager influence the culture. Now, let's see why is culture important. Why? Previously we have discussed why environment is important. Over here, why culture is important. Team unity. If there's what's the reason? Team unity. This is why if there's a team unity, so the culture will be good. Like second is smooth onboarding, happy workplace, better performance, strong company image. So this is why the culture is very much important. Now moving toward the conclusion of this chapter, what we have discussed and what we have learned in this chapter. We have learned about understand the internal and external environment. Secondly, build and maintain a strong organization culture. Last, help in business growth and success. And also we have discussed about the culture of the environment. So this is all from this chapter. Inshallah, see you in the next chapter. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Take care. Bye bye.